Start time with the Starody Rod.
Welcome to Start Time Live, as usual. Today I'm interviewing Paul Lamar Hunter. Once again, I'm doing it outside in nature. Pretty nice out here. I'm glad y'all can hear me because I didn't even know. I can't even hear myself right now. Hello,
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Paul Lamar Hunter.
What's
Welcome
up?
to the show. This is a long overdue.
Oh, yes, it is. And you know what? I am excited that you are giving me the privilege to come on your platform and share a positive story.
All right. I hope you got a lot of stories because I'm gonna just ask you some questions and you could just the floor's gonna be all yours. So tell my audience a little about you, where you're from, where you grew up, your age, a lot of a little background about yourself. There you
54
go.
years old. 54 years old from the great state of Wisconsin, the city of Racine, Wisconsin. It's where the Green Bay Packers play the Milwaukee Bucks, the Milwaukee Brewers, and it's just a great place. It's summertime right now, and the weather is in the 80s, 90s. So hey, it just was a tremendous place for me to be born and also raised. But I come from a family of 21. So my mother, she birthed 21 children by my dad. 65 grandchildren is
Wow.
alive today. 87 great grandchildren is alive.
Wow.
So 11 girls and 10 boys. So you cannot mess with me because I have a big family and my siblings will come after you, my brother.
Nah, it's all love. So tell me about how much brothers and sisters do you personally have in the 21? And you said you're the 19th, right?
I am the 19th child out of 21 natural children. My mother birthed 21 children by my father. And I have
So
to
how
tell
much brothers and sisters do you have?
you, brothers, I have 10 brothers and 11 sisters. So we are a basketball team, we are a football team, we are a hockey team, we are a soccer team. Uh, I can't call us a tennis team because tennis is more one on one, but we have a good team and we work extremely well together as a family. I can say that.
So tell me, is your are your older siblings still alive on this earth?
Yes, my older sibling, she is 73 years old. Um,
That's the first one.
Yep, that's the first child. She turned 73 years old 3 weeks ago. My baby sister is 52 years old. So we have, like I told you, we just have a big family, and thank God that a majority of us are still alive today. Like I said, 17 of us is living
So
today.
17 of the 21 are still living and kicking.
Yep, still living and kicking. Most of them are grandparents, great grandparents as well, and most of them are retired right now, and they are enjoying their lives.
Okay. So I wanted to know, when you was growing up, I know that you're the 19th
Yep.
of the
Hmm.
21.
Yes.
How how was your childhood?
I
You
tell
can
you
say
what.
me, did y'all live in a house? Did y'all have a big car? Just tell me a little details about, as much as you go into about the growing up. I'm here. I'm listening.
Well, let me say this. I have to be abundantly clear. My mother was with the 14th child, which is my brother Larry, and
Hmm.
they were living in a two-bedroom house at that particular time. One day, the sheriff
When you were
came.
born.
I wasn't born at that time. One
Hmm.
day, the sheriff came knocking at the door, and the sheriff told my mother and father that they had 72 hours to vacate because there was too many people living in a two-bedroom house. Mom and dad complied, went to church, and at those particular time in the church, they would put you in a circle and they would lay hands on you. And they began to lay hands on my mother and father inside the circle. And they believed that God was going to perform a miracle, which God did. The next day, a man came knocking at the door, and he had an unexpected gift for my mother. So he wanted to show my mother and father an 18-bedroom house. My mom and father
18?
18 bedroom house. So
Oh
my
my gosh.
yes, my mom and dad went with the man to go see the 18 bedroom house, and they liked the house. The man said the house is yours just for $1. When you talking about $1, you're talking about 100 pennies. You're talking about 4 quarters. So my mom and dad did not have the money, but the man went into his wallet and gave my mom the dollar to pay him for the home. That home was a blessing. I was born in that home. Some of my
Wow.
siblings were born in that home. That home was a blessing because that home is 601 Randolph Street, and that home still exists to this day. My brothers and sisters was raised out of that home, and I can tell you this that majority of us we had our own rooms at that particular time. Even my two brothers they had the basement, and so it was a blessing. The yard was extremely huge. My dad worked two jobs. My mom worked a part-time job, but when they was home, my dad always had us competing against each other, playing kickball, playing basketball, also running against each other, and we used to do that in the streets. And let me say this, my generation is totally different from this generation. You don't see these kids outside socializing, playing with each other anymore. Those days are gone. Now kids are restricted to the home, and
On the
I remember
iPads.
on the iPads also playing Xbox and PS5. Those games are not for me. I'd rather be outside with nature and with people and communicating with people. But it was very difficult for us. But when we didn't have anything, let me tell you this, my brother. My mother will tell us at times, why don't you go next door and ask Mrs. Johnson or Mrs. Smith
Oh.
to borrow me a stick of butter, to give me a cup of sugar. Now, in today's society, you can't do that because people don't want to know each other. People don't really want to know their neighbors whatsoever. So
Yeah, that is entirely true.
it's
That is
totally
entirely
different.
true.
But I can say this, man. There was times that we didn't have any food or any clothes or any toys before Christmas. Every time my mother and father would pray, unexpected people would knock at the door to leave unexpected gifts for us.
Wow.
Miracles after miracles after miracles. That's the reason why it's very important that people will go out and purchase my mother's book, Love and Charity, The Life Story of Louise Hunter, and the Love and Charity Homeless Shelter. It details my
Is
mother's life.
are your parents still alive now?
No, no, no. My mother was deceased 5 years ago. So mom and dad is gone, and they left a long, long uh, legacy, and we're going to continue that positive legacy.
So let me ask you this. When it came to driving around, did y'all have a big car? Did y'all have like a van?
let me
How
tell
did
you, my
that work?
let me tell you this, my brother. Do you remember the Brady Bunch?
Yeah.
The Brady Bunch. They had a station wagon. We had two station wagons. Also, we had a van. So some of my older siblings, they already had their driver license when they were 16, 17, and
Oh.
18 years old. So they had that ability to help mom and dad drive us around.
So I got a question. How much years are you from your oldest sibling? The
My
gap. I didn't even think about that at the moment.
like I told you, my older sibling she is 73. I am 54. So
Oh.
so you got to keep in mind that I have nieces and nephews that's older than me.
Oh. I believe you too.
And even though they older than me, then they still call me Uncle Paul. That's my uncle. Yeah.
My I'm also have a family where I have older nieces and nephews than me, so I can understand that. So I wanted to know, so how was it during? So did your mother cook for 18 people during the nights, or like 20 people? I know everybody probably wasn't in the house at the same time because college, marriage, and whatnot, right?
Uh,
So I don't know. Take me on a back in the day of how much people will be there at once.
Let me tell you this. My older siblings did not want to leave home. My
Oh, they
my
didn't.
no no my parents my parents had to push them out because they wanted them to fly for themselves and defend for themselves. So that was a time when all of us was in the house. It was a tough schedule because Monday my older siblings will also help my mother prepare the meal for us. Also on Wednesday night, mom was at home. We had to go to choir practice. We had a band called the Hunter Family Band, and we used to
Oh man, really?
yeah we used to perform every Sunday at
So all y'all had the talent of singing, or y'all played instruments? Like, how did that go?
singing and also playing the instrument. And you might have heard of the Jackson Five, but you never heard of the Hunter family. To get down. My brothers and siblings were very talented in playing the bass, the drums, the guitar, great singers, and able to lead. And I tell you what, I really do miss those glory days. You know, Sometimes I reminisce about those glory days, but it made me the person that I am today. To be very humble and to come on your platform and talk about this.
Yeah,
But
man. This is
but
an
we
inspirational story.
yeah, but we had a great band. Too bad that we did not come up when they had American Idol.
Or America's Got Talent, or
Yeah,
all these other shows, right?
yes, yes.
So y'all were known in the town.
We were known, yeah, and let me say this that all through grammar school, middle school, and high school, no one in the city of Racine, Wisconsin, which is population is about 100,000. Okay, no one messed with the Hunter family because they knew if you fight one, you had to fight all.
That's good. That's good. So, your siblings that are like in your age range, the ones before you and the ones behind you, y'all are still connected to
Yes,
this
we are.
day and everything, right?
We still connected. Matter of fact, we just had a family reunion last week. I wasn't able to make it, but a lot of my siblings were there, and they were able to connect with some um, long distance relatives that never saw us, never in their lives saw us. So they
I can
were,
imagine that since y'all have so many people in your immediate family, you don't need cousins, aunts, and uncles to have the family reunion.
hmm
Y'all could have y'all by yourself, but you would include them, right? Is that how it
yeah,
goes?
yeah, yeah, but
Like just your branch of children, grandchildren, great grandchildren.
hmm So, to be honest with you, we really don't need a family reunion with the Hunter family because we have a big family. You understand? With
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
yeah,
y'all
yeah,
family itself.
with the 65 grandchildren and 87 great grandchildren. So we really don't need a family reunion. But it was good that some of my brothers and sisters had connected with long distant relatives that never saw us. They seen my mother, but they never saw us. They read about us in Ebony magazine and Black Enterprise magazine. They heard the story on the Tom Joyner morning show, but they never saw us in person. So it was good for them
Wow.
to see us and reach out to us and hug us and just appreciate us. And we totally appreciate them as well.
I'm still surprised about the 18-bedroom house that y'all had got for a dollar.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a major miracle. Like, and that house had a couple of floors. Like, describe to me in detail more about how was the makeup.
Well, I tell you what, the makeup of the house was gorgeous. Two bedrooms were in the basement. Then you had five bedrooms in the attic. The
The
attic.
attic.
Yes. See that? Okay. So you have the basement. Then you have the house with the house. The basement had like two 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 bedroom. Then when you go up to the second floor, then you got another three floors. Then you go up to the third floor. Then you got like six rooms, and then you go up to the attic, and then it was like two or three rooms up there. So we had adequate room, and it
So
was
the house was long. Did it take up the block?
no, it did not take up the block, but it was huge, my brother. It was. In my estimation, I think that the home was leased about probably about 2,500 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm talking about it was huge. It was huge. And still to this day, that house exists. It exists to this day.
Wow, man. You gotta send me some images.
Yeah. But I have to say this that years later, the house was involved in a house fire, and my brother Thomas had passed away. So, like I said, the house was a blessing for my mom and dad, but somehow my brother Thomas had passed away in that house fire, and I remember clearly because my brother Michael still suffer trauma from that incident because he was able to rescue everybody else, but he couldn't get Thomas and me out because the firemen would not allow him to go back in the house to rescue us. So the fireman was up there and they was trying to get Thomas and I out of the house, and they were unsuccessful on the third floor. And Thomas wasn't wasn't responding. So they had to perform CPR on him in the house. And the fireman said, "Hey, I got a pulse. He's breathing now." And the other one said, "Hey, we got to get out of here. We have to get out of the house." So they took Thomas and I down the steps. And once we got down the steps, to your right, it was the kitchen. So my mother was born in Vicksburg, Mississippi. And so my mother is very old fashioned. So my mother had two garbage container, one filled with sugar and the other one filled with flour to the top. So
Mm.
they empty out the contents, place me in one and place my brother in the other one, and then they just ran through the fire and out the window. And next minute I know, I woke up in the hospital a couple of days later. I was burned on my arm and a little bit on my shoulder, and then my brother died like 10 days later, and we had a funeral, and I'm telling you, the city of Racine came out for my brother Colonel Thomas. The city of Racine showed a lot of love to the Hunter family, and I can say this to this day: it was over 50,000 people that showed up for my brother Thomas' funeral.
Wow. Was his? He had a great personality too. He was well known that around, or it was just the association of the
It
Hunter
was
family.
it was just the association of the Hunter family because
I believe that. Yeah.
yeah, people knew that we were a big family. They knew that we were struggling, but they were able to always give us a helping hand.
Wow. So how was it growing up and going to school? With your siblings,
I tell you
did
what,
you have a lot of siblings? I don't know. I know. Back in the day, the school styles was kind of different. That did all y'all have to travel to the same school, and you had. I know everybody's different age, but yeah, let me know how did the school days go for that.
I tell you what, early in the morning, mom and dad would get up early. Um, my older siblings had to help us get dressed, and also they had to prepare breakfast for us. So we all went to different schools. So you have to look at the age group. So the youngest one, like the 21st, the 20th child, the 19th child, the 18th child, the 17th child, and the 16th child, we all went to like grammar school, middle school, you know what I'm saying, and high school together. So it was all in little fives. You understand? Five or six of us.
Five, I figure that. Yeah, 'cause yeah, I figure that. But
Yeah.
there's some schools that go 1 through 8. It depends on the school too. So
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah. So in school, in grammar school, I'm telling you, grammar, middle school, and high school was the best time because nobody really teased us. No one really messed with us. The teachers was great. Uh, Taught us extraordinary things. Even the churches, anytime that we had struggled academically, the teachers sometimes would tell us about different resources in the community, and also we would go to the community centers to improve on our reading skills, our writing skills, our communication skills. And then the church played an instrumental role of our educational development. So, I always give credit to the church, the community centers, and different organizations, especially Big Brothers and Sisters, the Boys and Girls Club. These are some great organizations that are still active in our community that have resources and want to see young men and young women grow spiritually, physically, financially, academically. Just want to see people grow.
Yeah, that is something. I figured that like with y'all going to the same school and stuff, that when it will come to field trips, they'll have to just give y'all a bunch of money to go and other things like that.
Yeah, yeah. We
But
did go.
with y'all having so much, with you having so much siblings, the the homework and the tutoring should have been easier because you have siblings that went through it before. That's way
Yep,
above you.
yep, yep. And some of my siblings, my older siblings, did pitch in and made sure that we did homework. And if they didn't, they knew that mom and dad was going to get on them. So they had responsibility as as teenagers. And so having older siblings really helped me and some of my other siblings to get prepared for life. A lot of things that we see them do because they was older than us, we made sure we did not take that journey. And so, and also our siblings would give us the wisdom and say, "Hey, don't do what I did." So that was very encouraging for them to share their failures and their mistakes and how
Well,
they were able to overcome it.
Well, that's what siblings are supposed to do. But when you having so many examples and so many different personalities, I can tell that you being young and watching it, you just look at the lessons and be like, okay, this is not the way to go.
Yeah, and I said that many a times that this is not the way to go, and I never did it. I'm 54 years old. I keep myself in good shape. I'm staying active mentally, spiritually, physically, and financially. I just want to, I tell people all the time that the way I came in this world is the way I'm gonna leave this world.
Oh man. So after you did school, elementary, middle school, high school, you went away to college.
Yeah, I set out for a year, and I decided to attend Jackson State University. I was doing extremely well there, but I ended up getting sick with Pale's palsy, so I had to come back home. And with Pale's palsy was on my right side, and it was just paralyzed. So I had to shut my eye, take my eye shut for 6 months, and I was able to overcome that and took a couple years off. Then went back to college at Gateway Technical College. I graduated in 20 no 2000. I graduated in 2000. No, no, 2005. I'm sorry. I graduated in 2005 with an associate's degree in supervisory management, and took a job at Chrysler making good money at that particular time. And I remember this, my brother, because I have to share this story because I think that this story will help young men and women prevail and also increase their faith in God. So I went to church with the mother of my children, and they had a bishop there, and the bishop was from Atlanta, Georgia. And they had a prayer line, so that they asked people to come up so the bishop can lay hands on people. So I went up there, really didn't want to go. First thing he said to me, he said, "You want to go to college to finish your bachelor's degree." And he said that God is going to make a way for you to go back to college and get your bachelor's degree. He said, "Your books, your tuition, everything will be paid for. You would not have to come out of your pocket for anything." And I,
Wow.
s- and I said to myself, when he was praying for me, I said, "I don't really want to go back to college. I got my associate's degree." That's what I said in my head. And brother, a couple of years later, it was like 2 years, 2 years later, I'm working at Chrysler Engine Plant. We got a notice that they were shut down in 2010 and moving operations to Mexico. And what I discovered was that we would have an opportunity to go back to college. And my former employer, Chrysler Engine Plant, will pay for everything. And they paid
Wow.
everything. They paid for books. They paid for tuition. And they also paid for transportation to get to the college. And I sit back today and think about what that man had said, how it came into fruition. And here I am today on your platform sharing my story, how I became the first in my family to receive a bachelor's in business administration from Upper Iowa University.
You were the only ones to receive a bachelor's in your family?
Yeah, bachelor's of science from Upper Iowa University. So some of my siblings they went to college, but they never completed it. So I was the one to complete it. So if you look at it in retrospect, the ones that went to college, that's what they did. They laid the foundation, which was good, which was good. Somebody had to lay the foundation, but
Definitely.
they laid the foundation, and I came in and I completed. So it's a win situation for everybody in the whole entire Hunter family, and also in the inner city because This is a message for people that's living in the inner city that it does not matter where you come from, it is where you're going. And it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
It's exactly where you how you finish, and we see it every day.
Yep.
You see basketball players, you see people you watch on TV every day. They tell their story about the situations they come from, and they made it.
Hmm.
They're the ones we watch on TV. They're the ones we listen to every day.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You know, it's crazy, man. But that is really astonishing, bro. I am not gonna lie. Like you, you were definitely the miracle child. You were definitely the blessed one that y'all were able to, have have such a huge family, and have so much help, and then y'all were blessed with this big house. And when your older siblings turned adults, they ended up starting to work and do things to contribute to the house and whatnot.
Yes. Yes. My older siblings, they contribute to the house. They had jobs, they had their careers, and and then once they did that, they started saving money and started moving out and started to fly. The hardest thing that learning from my mom and dad, and when you're young, you don't understand it, is letting your kids go so they can defend for themselves and fly for themselves. But you let them know that you can always call and you can always come back home. And mom and daddy used to always say that.
Yeah, I mean, you did tell me a few minutes ago that your siblings did not want to leave. That it was definitely times where it was orderly out there,
Hmm.
even probably as adults, right?
Yes,
Or even when
yes.
you were a teenager, basically.
Yep, yep. And I tell you what, I miss my father, and I miss my mother as well because if it wasn't for them giving me life, I wouldn't be here. And I tell people all the time that's having their mom and dad alive today. Appreciate your mom and dad, and understand that your parents are not perfect. So,
Oh yeah, definitely,
and
definitely. I have both my parents today, so I definitely they get on my nerves, but I definitely appreciate them being here to talk to me, and I can conversate with them.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, not many people can do that.
yeah. And so,
Um, so once you finished college, did you start your life and move out, and did you still live there?
no, 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 no. I stayed in Racine for Racine, Wisconsin for a couple
The
of
house
years.
too?
Nope, nope. The mother of my children and I, we was living together, and after college,
Mhm.
the mother of my children decided to move my kids here to San Antonio, Texas. That's where I'm at. I've been here since 2012 after graduation. And so I came down to San Antonio, Texas, and no resources, didn't know nobody, but was afraid. And I tell people today that when you're on this journey, fear will come into your mind, but you have to replace fear with faith. You have to say that God will open up doors, and God really did open up some doors for me. So I have been here in San Antonio, Texas. It's a great place. The weather is nice year round. My kids are adults now. My oldest daughter is 31. My second daughter is 28. My son, he is 26. My other son is 21, and my granddaughter, she's 6 years old. So life is good right now. Especially being a father and also being a grandfather as well. But the next thing that I want to talk about to let you know is that my book, No Love, No Charity, a
Mhm.
success. Success of the 19th Child, and also my mother's book. Both of those books has been adapted into a screenplay. So the movie deal was signed 3.5 years ago. So
No.
yes, so everything is ready to go. So it's going to be fun because it's going to tell the Hunter family story of where we come from and how we made it out of the inner city, and to let people know that there is hope. There is an opportunity for you to change your mindset if you would just surround yourself with positive men and women in this world.
No, really.
Yes, yes.
I can't believe it. It's gonna be turned into a movie.
Oh, most definitely, my brother.
Huh. So, you have the books you can show my guests. Where
Oh,
can we
yes.
find these books?
You can find my mother's book, Love and Charity, the life story of Louise Hunter in the Love and Charity Homeless Shelter. You can find that book at Barnes& and Nobles, Amazon.com. Also, you can find my book, No Love, No Charity, The Success of the 19th Child. You can find that book also at Barnes& and Nobles and Amazon.com. So the book is it's a hot commodity and it's still going. I have two other books coming out. One of my books for February the 14th, which is on Valentine's Day, 2026. That book is going to be titled "Why Women Stay in Bad Relationships." And then I have another book coming out in 2026 in July. That book is going to be titled "I'm Pregnant and Child Support is the Father," because I want every man and every woman to know that child support is not law. That child support is a program. It is a Title D program under the Social Security Act. So I want people to know that, about child support, that it is not law. It is not mandatory. It is voluntary. And if they would look it up, 45 CFR 303.5, the letter G, and go and read it, they will see that child support is voluntary. It is not a law. It is a contract. Child support is not
What?
law. It is a contract. It is a contract. I'm gonna continue to say it. It is a contract. So I want to expose the deep state because that's what it is. It's a deep state, and people are getting rich off of people ignorance.
I understand. So you plan to have multiple books out. That will be like your third book, you said?
Yeah, that'll be my third book. Yes, sir.
So the first book right now has been out for how long?
Since 2012, and could you believe it? It's still selling to this day. It's still a hot commodity, and I'm still getting royalty checks to this day. So I can't complain. You understand? I can't complain. So if people, every time when I do these interviews, 2 weeks ago I was in Palm Beach, Florida, and had a great time. And people asked about the book, and I bought a couple books with me, signed it. I had a great time. People still like the book. It's still a hot commodity. So uh, I'm gonna let it run out. Yeah.
Man, I tell you. So so that's good that like you were able to so right now you're still working, you're retired.
I'm still working. I have to. I'm still working, but I'm getting ready to retire for good. I put myself in a good position, and in the next 2 to 3 months, I can officially retire and just go and write more books, do more speaking engagements, and just enjoy my life. Yeah.
Oh man. Imagine that imagine at your age you could retire and just go around and speak and go around and tour. That is amazing.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So. And also, on my website, I do websites, and so I got to update my website, and I have to sell some of my merchants. You see what this hat says right here?
Well,
It says Trump is the first black president, and also I have a hat right here that says child support is fraud. And so these are the little adages and that I come up with, and people like my different hats, the different slogans.
why would you say that Trump is the first black president? I need you to elaborate on that right now. I'm sorry.
Well, I came up with that slogan is because when he was president in 2016, he black colleges were struggling under Barack Obama. You can go and look at the research and find out that Ebony Magazine, also Black Enterprise, had did a story on how Trump um, gave them unlimited money, black colleges unlimited money under his presidency because every year they used to go up and see Barack Obama like he was the king and request money. And you have to bow down and kiss his ass. And so with Trump changed that. Trump said gave them funding, unlimited funding. And so when I had read that, I was like taken aback. So I just wanted to do something. So I just came up with this, the first black president, Trump, first black president. Some people get agitated by it because I wear it around town. Other people, they get what I'm coming from and they think it's very funny and they like the hat. And people will tell me, hey, where can I purchase the hat? And I tell them, they'll go to my website, they'll email me and tell me what type of hat they want. They'll pay for it, and then they will. I would mail it out to them. But it's just to you know inform people, get people to use their critical thinking skills. Also, I have a hat that says a red hat that says Trump is 2-0 against women, and people get very very agitated. What do you mean Trump is 2-0 against women? And I tell people all the time, if I tell you, promise me that you won't get mad. And they say, I will not get mad. And then I say, okay. Then I said, the reason why Trump is 2-0 against women because he beat Hillary Clinton and he beat Harris. And then they get all mad. No. So, it's fun. It's exciting to come up with slogans, and it makes people laugh. It makes people cry. It makes people get agitated. But most importantly, they respect the hat and they respect my creativity, my thinking skills to put time into coming up with a slogan to really catch people's eye.
Wow, wow,
So
wow.
it's nothing harmful whatsoever. It's all good.
Well, right now,
Mhm.
I don't agree with you with the whole Trump is black thing. I don't agree with that.
because I'm looking at it. Okay, you looking at it as a color thing. Okay, I'm looking at it as an economic,
Well,
financial.
a lot of people would say it like that because even when Trump was president, they ended up getting so much money that they never got in their life. Remember,
Hmm.
Trump was Trump was in office when the pandemic hit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so much people got so much money that they never ever received in their life
Hmm.
in many different ways.
Yep.
So that probably was also an influential decision to reelect him as well. So
Hmm.
that they feel like, oh, he's for the people, he's helping us get money in our pockets more than other people. But that's only a minor thing that he did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's still
yeah,
doing a lot of craziness right now
yeah. So I always
that I
tell
don't
people,
agree with.
no, we would never. You listen. I've been a lifelong Democrat, and this was the first time that I had voted Republican. And I say this to people that I never agreed with some of the things Obama did, some of the things even Jimmy Carter did, Ronald Reagan did. But I respect the presidency. Um, he's our commander in chief. We have to respect it. And like my mommy and daddy used to always say, that in the Bible it says that we have to pray for our leaders. And so, quote unquote, he is one of our leaders of the United States, and we really do have to pray for them. It doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat or independent or yourself. We just have to pray for leader and ask God to bless them with His wisdom, His knowledge, His understanding to really run the world. I know it's a touchy subject for some people because
Yeah.
they don't they don't like him, and they think that the country is going in a different direction. And and I always tell people to use their critical thinking skills and just pray about it. But do not let fear into your subconscious mind, because if you let it into your subconscious mind, you're doomed to to fail in life. No one, no man, no woman can stop you from becoming what God has designed for you to be. I don't care if he's the president of the United States or
Really?
some prime minister of UK. Nobody cannot stop what God is going to put in your life and bless you with. And that's the mindset. That's the mindset that I have. Who would imagine, my brother, a guy from a city of 100,000 would be the first to graduate from college, would be the first author in the family, would be the first executive producer of the movie, to be the first to write the screenplay. Who would imagine that? Who would imagine that? Man,
So
you can't make this shit up.
no, when y'all get, so basically you're gonna make sure that your siblings all take part in the scripts and the picking of the cast and all of that when this happens.
The
How's
cast,
that gonna go about?
the cast has already been picked. The
Oh
cast has
really?
Pass has already been picked, my brother. We are minutes ahead of schedule. The prediction is the movie could come out in 2028 or 2029. So everything has been set, ready to go, and we just sit back, rolling, and just enjoying life. And
The
I
script's
have,
been written, the cast
yeah,
been put, so
yeah,
that y'all all ready to go.
yeah, yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I thank
Did
God for
you
open.
approve everything that they put in the scripts? Because a lot of times when people Hollywood sticks their head into stuff, they like to make changes. They like to butt heads with how things actually happen.
Well, I tell you what, I have been very instrumental. The publishing company has been instrumental in making sure that we get this right. We want to tell the story in our vision.
So
Our,
you had a
yeah. So we want to tell the story where the American people can say, this is a very great movie, because it was told from the lens of the Hunter family children,
so all of
not the
your
lens,
siblings are involved, right,
yes, not
with
the
that
not the
process.
yes, not the lens of Hollywood. You understand? Because
Yeah,
Hollywood turn things around, and people be
all the
like,
time.
yeah, and then they get the book and they read the book and they say, this segment wasn't even in the book, and they did. So we want to bring life um, from the book to the cameras where people can see it and say yes. So we should
So
get
right
that
now in 2025, you said the house that you grew up in is still standing.
still standing. Somebody else is living in that house, and it's still standing. It had some renovations, but it's still standing tall.
Wow, that should be like a landmark, man. I tell you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because by the
Six
time, man, I tell you.
601
So
Randolph Street, Racine, Wisconsin.
wow. So if you look that up right now on Google Earth,
It should.
you
It
would
should.
see it.
You will see the house. You will see the house. Matter of fact,
Uh,
the house is in my mother's book, and it's also in my book as well.
all right, so that's good. My audience did hear that. So that's good. Like, yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you, Paul Lamar Hunter. I don't know if I already have no more questions. I don't know if you have anything else to wrap it up.
Well, I'll tell you what, I do. I want people to go to my website, paullamarhunter.com. If you want a copy of my book, my mother book, just send me a quick email. I will make sure that the book is autographed and sent to you immediately. But I just want to let men and women know that always have the spirit of never giving up. If you can see a guy like me, the 19 child, overcome obstacles, overcome trauma, overcome a lot of struggles, and make it in society, you can create your mind to become anything you want. I am the first college graduate in the Hunter family, and the Hunter family wants to see everybody succeed. Everybody succeed, especially the ones in the inner city. Because if I can climb myself out of the hole, you can climb yourself out of the hole. Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Visit my website, paullamarhunter.com. paullamarhunter.com.
Yes, it was a pleasure interviewing you, Paul Lamar Hunter.
Hey,
Thanks
thank you.
for coming on. Start Time Live. Yes, that was Start Time Live. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Yeah, you want to be a guest, just reach out to me, DM me, let me know, and we come up here and chop it up. It's Start Time and I'm out of here.